I want to speak to you a little bit about I think the rather disturbing trend of New York State contracts being awarded to out-of-state vendors, and specifically as it deals with healthcare. Right now, I'm fighting a battle with OPWDD on contracts for pharmaceuticals. Senator Breslin brought up how our local pharmacies have been under pressure, and this is doing the same thing. The state recently awarded a contract through OPWDD for pharmaceuticals that are serving homes that deal with people with disabilities, and to a company, Omnicare, out of Ohio, and can't even show that this is actually a savings, in fact. And we have a history, unfortunately, in New York State of trying to save money and ending spending more money. And in fact, it's harming local pharmacies. Previously, other companies would subcontract with local pharmacies, and currently do, companies like Health Direct. And now Omnicare, based out of Ohio, has cut that off entirely and will not be using any locally owned pharmacies. We have one here in my district that's an MWBE that has been serving the community for years, serving the homes through the OPWDD contract, is now basically being cut off. And my question to you is, why are we allowing this? Why is there not an investigation as to why out-of-state companies that are not even the low bidder are receiving contracts that are ultimately taking business away from MWBE small businesses and pharmacies? And it's a very big concern for not just for me, but for people across largely upstate. But it's I'm sure it's throughout the entire state that this is occurring.
So obviously MWBE contracting is a major priority of the governor, and he's made tremendous progress in that regard. And small business is the backbone of our economy, and very important in our upstate communities. And I agree, where possible and consistent with the rules and the law and all the other constrictions, we ought to try to use the businesses in the state to do the work of the government for the people.
I agree.
Beyond that, I'm not familiar with the circumstances at OPWDD, but I'm more than happy to facilitate somebody becoming familiar with the facts and getting back to you.
I would appreciate that very much. I'm not getting answers. There's a lot of hidden costs because you're using an out-of-state company. Instead of using local delivery, for example, you're going to have to use FedEx, things like that. And this is affecting a lot of people, but this is an MWBE and other MWBEs, small businesses that are being impacted by the fact that we are awarding contracts to people out of state. I realize it's cheaper to do business out of state, but the state government should not be exploiting that fact. So I would appreciate if you could make a connection so we can get to the answer and get to the bottom of this. Thank you.